Thank you to Hanvon for sending us this sample. If you guys don't know Hanvon by now, they've been in the game for almost longer than any other company in the e-reader scope. They have Hanwang office towers in China. These guys are massive. This is the Hanvon N10 Flagship. They're calling it the 2024 N10 as to not mix up with the ones they already had. It's not so much what is amazing with the device itself, but what comes in the box as accessories. Already this box is looking mighty fine. What is inside? It slides out, I think. Nope. Yes, it does. Okay. Not really sure how to open this. Looks like the sleeve comes off like so. And you have this almost like a Bible-esque book. It's a huge tome, and I'm assuming it opens up with a magnet. It does. So it opens up like that. You do have a... Hanvon and iReader and iFlyTech have really been pushing AI, so we do expect to have a lot of AI kind of driven services on here. They have gone with wax paper on their units as well. Looks like this is the case. No, it's the unit itself, I think. Let's put that off to the side. Let's look at the rest of the box first. You have QC Pass, you have a quick guide as well. This is really small, so I'm imagining they'll give you some sort of URL to go to, because there's not much here. Yes, it is all in Chinese when it comes to the documentation, but the unit is in English. These are the accessories you get. I don't even know 100% what everything is. No joke, because we only saw some photos. We didn't actually experience it for ourselves. So this is USB-C, we know that much. This is a proprietary pen. 90% of the time, Hanvon uses proprietary pens. We don't know if this will work on Wacom. We're not sure. And they did tell us that were some secret nibs inside. You do have a canister filled with 4 secret nibs. You'll see right there. That's really cool. We'll get into this during the full review. Now, the next couple things, I'm going to leave the best for last. This is a case. It is just a soft kind of felt case for various accessories. This is a lapel mic. A lapel mic. We have never had an e-reader or e-note or e-paper device of any kind that has ever had a lapel clip mic before. One of these is the receiver, one of these is the transmitter, and you do have a USB-C that plugs into it like that, so you can charge them respectively. This one will be male, this one will be female, so you have to charge them based off of what kind of cable you have. Sorry, I dropped that. This is the wind sock that goes over like that. This is for dictation purposes. We'll show you that in the full review. And finally, you get a free text scanning tool. This one is utilized for scanning text. We will only show relevancy if it has English capabilities. If it just does Chinese text, we'll maybe touch on it, but this one is definitely really cool because then you don't have to buy a scan marker or anything like that. Let's look at the unit itself. This is very exciting stuff. Let us slide this out. You cannot slide it out. It is taped, so we'll open it up. And much like a couple of their other units, the case seems to be built in, and you cannot take it off. In fact, it is held down with these tiny little screws that are capped with a rubber stopper for aesthetic purposes. You can't actually take this off. As you can see, it wraps around to the back. It's not magnetic either. It's completely on there. Hanvon or Hanwang is definitely on the top of the mark when it comes to how thin their devices are. They're always very thin. The cases are very thin. They have nice branding, they have a nice construction overall, they have a slot for your pen. This thing smells amazing too. You obviously can't smell it, but my goodness, the glues and adhesives, like almost like opening a fresh pair of shoes or getting into a new car. It just smells great. They do have 9 different buttons on here, as well as obviously the electromagnetic resonance, but it is a proprietary active capacitive. It is not Wacom. At least that's what they told us so far. We won't know until we power it on, which we're going to do right now before we get into the full review. Worry not, yes, Hanvon is one of the companies that we did a tremendous amount of work collaborating with in order to tell them to put English on these. We're not tooting our own horn, but that is what happened. We collaborated with them. We sat on several WeChat and Zoom meetings, and we said English would be in your best interest, and it is true. They abided by that, and they said, you know what, let's do it. Everything's in English now. You do have buttons on the side. You have a pen access. Unfortunately, no. Much like the N10, this does not have a touch screen. If you are wanting capacitive, doesn't have it, so you will have to take that with a grain of salt and understand that you will not be able to touch the screen. This is everything that comes in the box with the brand new N10 2024 Flagship. This thing has the most accessories out of any e-paper product we have ever opened, period, aside from maybe a Hisense museum edition with 100 pieces of paper in it in a notebook. This one is stacked to the brim. You get a ton of value. Stay tuned for the full review.